This is one of the smallest LEGO sets, and this is the biggest version of it made by LEGO. And in this video, I'm gonna buy, build, and review some of the tiniest LEGO sets. Then I'm gonna buy bigger, more expensive versions of them to see if bigger is really better. Let's start out with the biggest LEGO Star Wars set ever made. It's the ultimate collector's version of the Millennium Falcon. It costs $850 and comes with over 7,000 pieces. It has lots of tiny details, a cockpit where you can pilot the ship, some cannons at the top, and this hidden gun that slides out from the bottom. It also has these different sections that you can open up to reveal an interior with different scenes from the movies. This LEGO set is pretty freaking awesome, but I just don't have enough room in my house for it. Okay, that's better. This miniature version of the Millennium Falcon has a lot of the same features as the bigger one, like the radar dish, turrets, the cockpit, and it even has tiny versions of the characters on the inside. And this is an even smaller Millennium Falcon I built using only 7 LEGO pieces. But that's a tiny Millennium Falcon versus a massive one. This is the smallest LEGO set of a Venator Star Destroyer from Star Wars. It's made of only 40 pieces, but still has details like the engines in the back and the command center that's made out of a LEGO binoculars piece. But now we're gonna compare this tiny LEGO set to the biggest version ever made by LEGO. It's 43 inches long, and for such a big set, it doesn't have a lot of play features, but it does have some turrets and guns at the top. Towards the back of the ship, there's also some massive engines, and there's a hangar bay with a tiny gunship inside. With this set, you also get 2 minifigures, Captain Rex and Admiral Yularen. Time to unbox the next small LEGO set, and this one actually isn't very small, but it's a micro-scaled Hogwarts castle from Harry Potter. With this set, you build the Black Lake, the greenhouses, and all the iconic buildings that make up the castle. It also comes with miniature versions of the Durmstrang ship and the carriage from the Goblet of Fire. But now, let's compare it to a Hogwarts castle that has 3 times the amount of pieces. This next set I bought is a Harry Potter Hogwarts castle that's made with over 6,000 LEGO pieces. This is actually the biggest Harry Potter set ever made, and it's built in 2 sections, and it's super satisfying when you put them together. The castle has lots of details like these towers, these stained glass windows, a bunch of these tiny trees, and this bridge that connects the 2 parts of the castle. It also comes with the 4 founders of Hogwarts, Godric Gryffindor, Helga Hufflepuff, Salazar Slytherin, and Rowena Ravenclaw, as well as a bunch of these even tinier minifigures that you can put inside the castle. There's also a dragon that's just chilling on the roof. There's different rooms where you can reenact scenes from the Harry Potter movies, like the Great Hall where they bring out all the scrumptious food, and there's chairs at the front for all the professors to sit at. Below that is the Chamber of Secrets where Harry can battle the snake, and then there's these staircases that rotate and lead up to Moaning Myrtle's bathroom. And above that is Dumbledore's office, which has a desk he can sit at, some pictures on the wall, and his pet phoenix. So there you go, that's a massive Hogwarts castle versus a tiny one. This next LEGO set is a tiny Republic gunship from Star Wars. It's made with only 94 pieces and is so small that it uses these lever pieces for guns and studs for those bubble turrets. And this is a $400 Republic gunship that's built with over 3,000 LEGO pieces. It's got 2 wings sticking out the sides, rockets at the top, 2 seats for the pilots, and a huge open space in the middle. I just fit like 30 minifigures in here. It also has so many cool features like these sliding doors, a ramp that opens, and turrets that you can move around. The Republic gunship is my favorite ship from Star Wars, so good job, LEGO. So LEGO makes Fortnite sets now, and once I heard this news, I had to drop everything and go to my nearest LEGO store to see for myself. Yep, they're here. I ended up copying the Loot Llama, but first, let's build a tiny one. This one contains 60 pieces and actually scales well with a minifigure. Wait. Now, let's compare it to the big one. Okay, so this is just like the other one, but like way bigger. It uses a lot of colorful slope pieces on the outside to make it look like a piñata. You can also move its head and its mouth can open too. And if you hold down square, it opens up and you get a bunch of loot, including a backpack, a grappler, slap juice, and a big pot. The next tiny LEGO set is another one from Star Wars, and it's an AT-AT walker, and its legs can move in different positions. It also has a head that moves up and down and a compartment that you can store things in. But this set is pretty boring, so let's bring in the next one. This is a 2-foot tall version of an AT-AT that took me over 15 hours to build. This LEGO set has tons of features like adjustable legs, moving cannons and various other weapons, and a spot where Luke can attach his cable. Something cool about this LEGO set is that this panel on the side opens up and there's a full interior where you can load up all your snowtroopers. And there's even a spot on the inside of the head where you can pilot the AT-AT. Oh, and it also comes with 2 speeder bikes that you can store in the back. And there you have it, the smallest LEGO AT-AT versus versus the biggest one. The next tiny Lego set is this miniature car, and it's actually the time machine from Back to the Future. It came as part of an add-on pack for a Lego video game, and even though it only has 50 pieces, it can still travel through time. Wait, where did it go? Now, let's compare it to the next set, which is a $200 version of the DeLorean. It has over 1,800 pieces and is way too big for a minifigure to drive. It comes with Doc and Marty from the movie. You can open this compartment in the front of the car where there's some plutonium and a hoverboard inside. It also has these doors that open up like a Tesla, and there's a button that you can press to light up the flux capacitor. There's lots of other cool details like these wires and circuits in the back, and inside there's a steering wheel, some leather seats, and this display where you can set the time and date you want to travel to. But my favorite part of this Lego set is that the wheels rotate and turn it into a flying car. And that's a 40-piece Lego DeLorean versus a 1,800-piece one. This is a small version of a Super Star Destroyer. It's a pretty cool display piece and even has some tinier Star Destroyers flying around it. But this Lego set isn't very exciting, so let's scale it up. This Ultimate Collector's Edition of the Super Star Destroyer is actually the longest Lego Star Wars set ever made.
That's quite big.
It's complete with 13 engines, a command bridge built using just 2 Lego studs, and all sorts of other tiny details. There's also a section in the middle that you can take off, and there's an inside to it with control panels, and you can put Darth Vader and all the bounty hunters in there to reenact that scene from Empire Strikes Back. And there you have it, a tiny Super Star Destroyer compared to a giant one. This next Lego set is so small that it comes in a plastic bag. It's a tiny little NASA rover that's used for space exploration on Mars. But now, let's build a Mars rover that's 10 times the size of this miniature one. This Lego set was built with only Technic pieces. It has a robotic arm with a drill at the end, a camera, and a bunch of antennas. It also has a knob right here that steers the wheels, and speaking of the wheels, they're actually designed to move over rough and rocky surfaces, so I built some slopes out of Lego bricks to test it out. Okay, so it actually did pretty well. Time to unbox the next tiny Lego set, and this one is a miniature scooter. It's built with 100 Lego pieces and is complete with wheels, handlebars, and a seat that's too big for a minifigure. And this next set is a much bigger version of a Vespa scooter. It's got a light at the front, handlebars that actually steer the scooter. It also has a seat for one person, and this rack on the back holding a basket full of flowers. And that's a 100-piece Lego scooter compared to a 1,000-piece one. The next set I'm gonna build is from Star Wars, and it's a tiny version of an Imperial shuttle from the movies. It's built with 85 pieces and has wings that fold out into flying position. And I also built this even smaller version out of only 10 Lego pieces. But now let's compare these miniature Imperial shuttles to the biggest one ever made by Lego. It's this Ultimate Collector Series Imperial shuttle. It was released back in 2010 and has 2,500 Lego pieces. The front of the ship has a cockpit where you can put the pilots. There's some guns on the wings, and you can fold the wings out by cranking these 2 knobs in the back. So for the last part of this video, I'm going to do a quick speed run and build a bunch of Lego sets that are big versions of minifigures. The first one is this minifigure version of Grogu from The Mandalorian, which is literally made of 2 pieces. And this is a bigger version of him built with 1,000 Lego bricks. His head rotates, and you can move his ears up and down. The next minifigure is R2-D2 built with 4 Lego pieces, and now let's unbox the Lego set version and compare them. I just built this R2-D2 set with over 1,000 Lego pieces. It cost me $100, and it has so many tiny details like these buttons and sensors on his head. He also comes with a bunch of accessories like a periscope and some tools that pop out of his body. And you can't have R2-D2 without C-3PO, and this is a minifigure of him built using 3 Lego pieces. Now let's compare it to this $140 Lego set version of him. It contains 1,100 pieces and is over a foot tall. He's got some cool details like a silver leg, some exposed wires, and a head that swivels. But my favorite part about this Lego set is that it comes on a stand so that he doesn't fall over. This is a minifigure of Chewbacca that's made of only 3 Lego pieces, and this is a version of him built using 2,300 pieces. It's literally so massive, the minifigure looks like an ant compared to it. This Lego set has a lot of cool details, like he's got a sash that goes over his shoulder, and he's also equipped with a massive crossbow. But his head do be looking a little creepy though. Okay, this last one is just a generic Lego guy, but let's compare him to a Lego minifigure that's like 10 times the size. This one is made of 600 Lego bricks, and you put it together just like a normal minifigure. His legs, arms, and head also move just like a regular minifigure does, and his hat opens up and there's a spot where the tiny minifigure can control him. It's just like in Ratatouille. If I've learned anything from this video, it's that you don't need to buy the biggest LEGO sets to still have an epic LEGO display. Make sure to give the video a like because I spent way too much money on these sets. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.
Peace out.
You should watch another video. YouTube thinks you'd like this one.